Welcome to another episode of News in 2 Minutes, bringing you the news that you need to know every day. Let's begin. The sun's magnetic field is due to reverse within the next 3 to 4 months, according to data recently released by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. While the sun's polar reversal is cyclical in nature, the shift will have a far-reaching impact throughout the solar system and should show a significant change in sunspot and CME activity for this year's solar maximum, wherein some scientists are predicting an increase in the way these ejections and cosmic rays affect Earth. In related news, 2 CMEs were seen leaving the sun today, with the effects from one of the ejections expected to reach Earth's geomagnetic field by August 10th. Scientists from the United States and Canada have completed a study that suggests previous exposure to novel forms of the influenza virus may increase the mortality rate of flu-related pandemics later in life. The report is seeking answers for the high mortality rate in young adults during the 1918 Spanish pandemic and is available on the Plus One website, where it is well worth the reading, showing detailed graphs and shared hypothesis on what we might expect from future pandemics. Hundreds of dead and rotting pigs have been discovered floating in China's main waterways for the second time this year and have found their way into the tributaries that deliver water directly into the municipal water supply. The story reminds us of recent headlines showing over 10,000 pig carcasses being fished out of China's rivers and the country's recent takeover of the American pork company Smithfield. A Pennsylvania family, including 2 small children, have been issued a gag order that will not allow them to discuss hydraulic fracturing for the remainder of their lives, following a settlement with a large oil company after the fracking contaminated local water supplies and caused increasingly detrimental health effects to the household. China has announced the first case of proven human-to-human bird flu transmission between a 32-year-old woman who developed symptoms 6 days after visiting her father in hospital. Genetic testing of the virus has confirmed that the 2 family members shared nearly genetically identical strains of the virus, while no other contact points could be established. The Navy has canceled plans to repair the nuclear-powered submarine that was heavily damaged by intentional fire in 2012, citing budget cuts as the reason and stating that the reactor was never compromised during the fire, while local investigative reports appear to suggest otherwise. And to wrap things up, lawmakers in Uganda passed a bill making protests a punishable crime. A Russian volcano erupted on Monday, sending dust and ash over 3 miles into the air. U.S. Senator John McCain called for the release of jailed Muslim Brotherhood members. Syrian rebels have captured a key airbase near Aleppo. And a 5.5 in Guatemala, 5.7 in Fiji, and 5.9 in Vanuatu complete today's Quake Watch. And that's it for this episode of News in 2 Minutes. Check back tomorrow for more news that the aware need the most. This week's News in 2 Minutes is brought to you by SHTFplan.com, where even the officials go for news, and SQmetals.com for all your precious metal needs.